Hi guys, I'm about to bring you a live announcement. I'm sure most of you have already heard about the announcement, but as is customary, when something important pertaining to the elections is released, we communicate that to our supporters. So I just had a chat with our president, Neil de Beer, and he's asked me as the national election coordinator just to bring an official announcement to you. I'm going to give it a few minutes because this is unannounced. There was no advertisement that went out, no banner or anything. So I'm gonna give it a good few minutes. I don't want to say too much because I'm gonna have to repeat myself. So we're about 30 people live currently. I mean, most people are probably leaving work or in the traffic or so forth. But they'll be able to watch this video. How's it, Christian? Christian Hare from the Northwest, our provincial executive chairman from the Northwest. I have to greet Christian because I forgot to greet him the other day and he was most offended. And so there you go, Christian. Suzette, hi Suzette, Andrea, okay, we're 35 live. Guys, I'm going to give it a good few minutes. I really want to have at least 100 people on this. This is amazing news that's just come out. Historic, to say the least. I in fact, today at head office, for those of you that weren't here this morning, I came off a 12-hour shift. I came straight home, had a shower, got dressed, dropped off one of my kids at school, and then went straight through to our head office. But on my way to head office, I had a blowout. My tire burst on my car as I put air in at the petrol station, at the engine on the N2. And I've got a BMW with run flat tires, so there's no spare. Sorry, so I couldn't change the spare. I had to phone a friend. They came through and assisted me. But I missed Neil's Mayoral launch with the ENCA, which is very unfortunate. But I participated in some other very, very important strategic meetings, which I obviously can't discuss due to confidentiality. But let's just say that the UIM is attracting like-mindedness, support, and yes, I think our army is bigger than what appears on the surface. That's all I'm going to say. So this elections is going to be absolutely watershed moment in our history. And I'm going to tell you why in a few minutes. I was talking to a person via one of our meetings today who's from one of the leading parties. I don't want to give away any more than that information. And he was of the opinion that the elections would be postponed. And I actually was in the boardroom with Fatima Abdul and with Neil de Beer. And I actually said to this gentleman, who was at a very senior position in the second biggest party in the country. And I said to him, I disagree with you. I think that the elections won't be postponed. And I think it will be to the benefit of the minority parties. I think that a postponement won't actually be beneficial. Everyone's thinking about us growing more candidates and getting things in that we missed, and etc., etc. But if you consider what the ANC has to lose by a non-postponement, we have far more to gain from a non-postponement than what we do from a postponement. So I will be making that announcement shortly. We're close to 100 people. I see Vanessa Wood, my administrative right hand, has joined us. Mary Vasciotti, who's a regular here, Natasha Fleurs. Hi, Natasha. Your photos, I think you're going to have them ready on Monday for your posters. I don't know if you guys have seen samples of our posters. They're absolutely beautiful. The UIM colors, for those of you that don't know, is actually black and white. So, each political party has their colors. Esther, hoe gaan dit met jou, Esther? Hester's on Easter. Looking forward to seeing you tomorrow, Hester. Hopefully you're going to be in Delft. I'm so excited about what the future holds in store for you, Hester. You're walking in destiny. And I'm so proud of you. So yeah, guys, I'm going to be making an announcement shortly. Just letting it roll a bit to get some more people on here. We're close to 100 now. Whatever I say now, obviously I'll render this video and just share it, guys. Just share it. And before I get to that, I just want to say to you guys, I mentioned in my video this morning about poster sponsorship. I've already got people sponsoring 50 posters, 20 posters. I need to still go and collate and go through all the emails and the messages. But I've basically come up, I thought if we can get our supporters, we've got almost 15,000 supporters on our supporters page. We've got, I think, 13,000 on this particular page. We've got 9,000 registered members. If you guys, in whatever suburb you're living in, if you feel that you want to put up a poster, Nilesh, nice to see you here. Nice chatting this afternoon. Thanks for what you're doing for the UIM. If everybody just sponsors 5 posters or 10 posters, and you go into your community where it's permissible, and you put those posters up, many hands make light work. We want to print 25,000 posters. We're still getting costings on that. But we would also like for the members of the public to get involved with us, as a kind of a co-sponsorship where you say, yes, I will take 5 posters, or I will take 10. Like I had a gentleman today say, I'll take 50. And you basically go and put those posters up in your community, in your ward, in your main streets where you're allowed to put them up, so that we can get the UIM brand all over. Because remember, we're not just getting votes on ward candidates, we're getting votes on PR, proportional representation. And I believe that's where the UIM can really garner massive support. Okay. I want to say to Denise Siegel, Denise, I saw you on here earlier. I just want to let you know, we found out today from a leading source within the second biggest political party in South Africa that within a 24-hour period after an election, you can amend and adjust your PR list. So we can actually add to our PR list. Okay, if needs be, if we get enough votes that qualifies for enough seats, and we need to add seats to make up for those votes, we actually can. But I'm going to look a little more closely into that. So Denise, you will definitely be on the PR list for sure. Okay, we are 128, 130 live at such short notice. That's a very, very nice response. Yeah, I won't let go of this, Denise. I mean, you've got to be in there with us. Okay. Right. Now, I see Judy's typing some informations there as well. All right, guys. Here's the announcement. But before I make the announcement, I've got to give a little preamble here. We were either going to get a ruling in favor of a postponement or against a postponement. And there were 2 camps. Should get a postponement, shouldn't get a postponement. I was of the opinion, look, either way we would have made the most of it, but I was of the opinion that we shouldn't get a postponement. The reason being is because the ANC, the ruling party, had more to lose than what any of us had to gain. Okay? They have dominated for 27 years. They have absolutely pulverized this, being polite, they've pulverized this country. And I don't need to, come live here and this isn't even about that. I don't need to come and tell the 134 people that are here what's happened over the last 27 years. I mean, it's there. It's in the media. It speaks for itself. Okay. And I said today I was at head office with Fatima Abdul and with Neil, our president, and we were having a Zoom. And I actually said that I would prefer for us not to have a postponement because I think it will be to our benefit. The reason being is the ANC has failed to complete lists in 97 municipalities throughout South Africa out of 200, I think it's 257. Okay, so their lists are incomplete. They don't have any PR names in the Western Cape. They absolutely missed the deadline. They were caught napping. They were infighting. They weren't paying staff. Staff were striking on their own leadership because that's what they do. Our staff work for free. Most of them, they're volunteers. But within the ANC, no money, no work, no pay, no work. So as a result, their lists weren't submitted. And it's come to bite them. Okay, because today the Constitutional Court announced that the elections must go ahead on the 27th of October. So it is official, the 27th of October, just under 8 weeks from now, we will be going to the polls. And the ANC will be going to the polls, losing power with immediate effect as we speak here right now. Okay? The ANC is going to lose power in 35 municipalities before we even start the elections because they have absolutely zero participation in those municipalities. So they are going to already lose power in 35 municipalities before one vote is even cast. My calculations, based on what I've seen in terms of what wards they've missed and where they're not going to contest, is they could drop down to as low as 30% now in this election. If they are extremely lucky, they might muster, with much luck, 35%. But they will get between 30 and 35% if it's an honest election. But they have not completed their lists in 97 municipalities. The Constitutional Court is not giving them an extension. They cannot complete those lists. They cannot change anything. They have to go into the elections already having lost 35 municipalities. And UIM's position, obviously, as it does other opposition parties, but it also strengthens us for our campaign in the Western Cape. The reason being is the ANC only got 57 seats in 2016. Those 57 seats were made up of 35 ward seats and 22 PR seats. So they won 35 wards out of 116, and they got 22 PR seats because of their proportionate vote, which gave them 57 seats in the 232 member council. What that effectively means now is that there is no PR list, so they can only contest in wards. And if they got 35 wards in 2016, I think it's a given that they would have done even worse in this election. So they will probably drop below 30. Well, I must just tell you that the UIM has more candidates, ward candidates, and more PR lists than what the ANC can realistically win. So we have a mathematical chance of beating the ANC in the Western Cape in October and becoming the official opposition and the second biggest party in the city of Cape Town. And that's going to augur well for our election campaign for Neil as mayor. So, guys, I know it's not nice to kick someone when they're down or to rub salt into the wound, as they say. But can I tell you something? I am a man of faith. I'm a Christian, and I don't take pleasure in somebody else's failure or dismay or plight or whatever you want to call it. But for 27 years, the ANC has not cared about the poor in this country. I've worked in the townships extensively. I don't read about it in the newspapers. I've worked in the townships. Everybody that knows me, that knows what I do outside of the UIM, During lockdown 5, I was in Khayelitsha, I was in Gugulethu, Langa, Zamora Michel, in Philippi. I lost a colleague. It should have been my life. He lost his life. Ambushed, shot 4 times in the back of his head. The point I'm trying to make is I see the neglect and the squalor in the townships. I see just so much that needs to be done for all South Africans. And the ANC has had 27 years to a better life for all was their slogan. You know what? It's only become worse, not better. We haven't even gone sideways. It's become worse. So the ANC had their chance. They wanted power. They said, if they come into power, things are going to be different. There's going to be a rainbow nation, blah, 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 blah. And you know what? They showed us what they could do. They raped and pillaged this country. And you know something? Whatever faith you are, I know that people have been praying and asking for miracles and asking for intervention and saying South Africa needs to be healed, it needs to be saved for all its people. And can I tell you something? Today is a watershed moment, but it's also a day of absolute miracle. Because for us to start an election without even casting a single vote, and we already know that the ANC is going to lose 35 municipalities off the bat that they control. That's 35 municipalities that are going to be better off because of them not completing their lists. And you know what? They didn't complete their lists because their members are more interested, and it's not nice that they weren't paid. Let's be honest. We have a job when we earn money and we need to support our families and whatever the case. But I can tell you something now, and I'll state this categorically here. If the UIM staff, let's say we were a party for 30 years and we went into financial difficulty, and I might add financial difficulty not because of difficulty because of COVID, because of theft and because of mismanagement of funds. That's why the ANC is in trouble. But if the UIM got into financial trouble, and Neil had to turn around to the staff and say, guys, our cash flow is very tight. Things have been tough. These are the reasons. But, we've got an election to contest. We need our lists in. I really need you guys to work. I know you're not going to get paid right now, but we will make it up to you. We'll sort things out. But we need to stand together. You know what? You wouldn't even have to say all those things. The UIM, together we would have stood together, and we did. In fact, not would have, we did. When we were thrown in the deep end as a party that was 1 month old, and we had to get our lists in nationally. It's unfortunate that we had issues in the Northwest, in Mpumalanga and Gauteng. That was due to IEC inefficiencies. But you know what? We got together nationally on the day at short notice, and we got it done. And those people weren't paid. Not a cent. They did it because they did it for you, South Africa. And that, you should take that as a viewer here, to the 171 people here, and to the electorate out there. You should take what the UIM did on election day as an example of what you can expect from us as a party going forward. We are not going to be a party that's only going to look at the paycheck at the end of the month and what's in it for me. I'll do that, but what's in it for me? How much are you going to pay me? My salary is late, so until you pay me, then I'll do. No, we will work. Because we want to change South Africa. And you know what? We won't need 27 years. That I can promise you. You will see change the minute these elections are done and you see UIM councillors in council. You will see change. Neil and I are number 1 and 2 on our PR list in the city of Cape Town. You will see Neil and I and others in council, and I can promise you now, Neil and myself together, we go back over 30 years, we come from the security industry together, let me tell you something, we're taking that and we're putting it in council and ons gaan hulle bliksem. So, change is coming. Change is coming. The ANC will be licking their wounds, they'll be crying tonight, there'll be accusations thrown about, there'll be anger and frustration, but you know what, they only have themselves to blame. Because they had 27 years to get this right. We're only asking for 5. So guys, we're going to start putting our posters out there in Cape Town. We can put our posters now already. The municipal bylaws just say 11 weeks. We can start putting up posters now. In fact, Neil said today, let's put some up next week already. People can start seeing our posters. So my call goes out to the 163 of you that are live here now. My email is brett@uimsa.org. brett@uimsa.org. And my cell phone number is 061 091 8217. I repeat, 091 8. I'm getting flustered here. 0918. Okay, sorry. Just send it to my email address, brett@uimsa.org. Okay, and then I will tabulate 061 091 8217. So for anybody here that wants to sponsor posters, okay, just message me. Tell me how many posters. Tell me what metro you're in. Tell me what ward, if you know the ward that you're in. Tell me what ward you're in, how many posters you'd like to sponsor. And I will make a list. And when we're ready to start distributing the posters, I'll make sure that I put the relevant people in touch with our coordinators in those regions. And you guys can get your posters and start putting them up. But we can now go, I was going to say paint the town red, but the EFF does that. Our colors are black and white. We'll go and paint the town black. Personally, I think black is a beautiful color. And the fact that it's our party colors, it's very dominant. And we are going to make that color very, very dominant in the political spectrum. So guys, that is the news. The election is going ahead as per normal. What's very, very important, okay, is that there is going to be a voter registration weekend. I just want to get clarity. I think you can even go and register now until I think it's till the 19th or the 15th of September. But I'll go and get clarity and make another video with regards to that. But there is going to be a voter registration weekend. I think it's between the 15th and the 19th of September, those few days. But we will bring you that those exact dates. But for those of you that are not registered as voters, please go and register, or else you're not going to be able to vote. And if your details need to be corrected, if you've moved, especially if you've moved provinces and you can't get to a voting station in another province, just go update your details. Okay, there's going to be nothing worse than for election times to come and you can't vote because you either haven't registered or because you haven't updated your details. So this is another window of opportunity for those 10 million South Africans that are not registered to go and register so that they can vote. We need every single vote, especially on the PR vote, because that's where we can get proportional seats and we can get additional members into council. So, guys, thank you very much for your time. There was 171 of you live now. I do appreciate Christu. Hello to Christu from Mossel Bay. He's our on our NEC. He has a lot of titles. I don't want to go through all of them now. But Christu, ons het werk om te doen. Die fight is nou aan. Ja, ons moet what did I say? We must get our gears in order. Ons ratte in plek kry. Denise, I will get clarity from that member of that political party with regards to the PR lists after the elections, about adding to them, especially if we have garnered more percentage vote than the names that are on our PR list. And Guys, it's absolutely awesome. It's probably the best news South Africa could have ever have got. The ANC is defeated before we even start the elections. But, let's not take our eye off the ball. Let's not become complacent. There's still work to be done. We need to get our posters out there. We need to get our branding out there. We've got 8 weeks in which to mobilize, to campaign, to tell friends, family, to come out and vote for the UIM. We still have an election to contest. The election is not going to be handed to us. We've been handed a great advantage. Okay. It's like, this is an absolute gift. And yes, for those of you that don't know, the elections are on Neil's birthday. So that was always a special date, but we weren't certain that was going to be the confirmed date, and now we know that it is. So Neil is going to have extra special reason to celebrate his birthday that day. I can only imagine us standing together, seeing the results come in, seeing our councillors winning here and there, seeing our votes being tallied, seeing our proportional votes coming in. And I've always said it's not even we're going to go and do our absolute best. But we're a party that's a month old. And I've always said, this is to lay a foundation. These are the parties that have had decades. And look where they are. We have only been going as a party for a month. And we're contesting our first election in 8 weeks' time. So 224 is our big one. The national elections where we get members into the National Assembly and the provincial governments. And we take power to the people. So this is a foundation for us. A lot of people still don't know about the UIM. Let's be pragmatic about this. But it's up to you, the people, the 180 people that are live here, to go out now and spread the word, the name, the brand of the UIM. Okay? Get it out there. You can contact our head office, Steve Spencer. He does our amazing stickers. Sydney does our branding for our clothes. Sydney at uimsa.org. If you need any branding, any clothing, and we have cheaper options. Stephen at uimsa.org for stickers. Get it out there. Get it out there. I've noticed I've got a UIM sticker at the back of my car, and I've noticed when people are pulling up behind me, they're looking at the sticker because it's eye-catching. It's just above the SMG sticker, but vote UIM. They're probably thinking, like, who's this UIM? But it's putting something here. Now they go and find out, who's this UIM? Okay, so we've got 7 weeks to start mobilizing. Okay, so guys, I am going to be logging off in a few minutes. I'm just going to open the floor for any questions. If anybody has any questions I'd like to ask before I log off here. I know people have to get to their families, make supper, that sort of thing. So let me know if there's anything. Nico, happy birthday to your wife. Yes, great birthday present for her. Indeed, the countdown starts. Thank you, Ethel. I see you often pushing the little hearts here. It is noted. Thank you very much for your support to the UIM. Very much. En Hester, daai mannetjie wat so op en af spring, daar's baie funny. Yes, guys, we're very strong in Nelson Mandela Bay. We're very strong in Cape Town. We're very strong in KZN. Those are 3 strong provinces. And then we're strong in the Free State, Mangaung. We've got representation everywhere. Tshwane, we've even despite the setbacks, we do have representation in Mpumalanga. But you know what? We'll grow our brand there. We will. These elections are just for us to lay a foundation, to lay a platform, and once we come past October and we have our councillors in, then our attention will automatically turn to 224, to the big one. Okay, and trust you me, we will be so much better equipped, well known, and we'll also have a taste of governance in local structures, and people will not say UIM who, it augurs well. So, guys, couple more minutes and then I'm gonna log off. So yeah, have a safe weekend, have a blessed weekend. For those of you that are coming to Neil's Mayor launch tomorrow in Delft, I'll see you there. It's going to be a very, very special day. I know Neil's very excited for that. We're going to be with the people in Delft. In fact, ironically today, the gentleman that helped me with my tire was from Delft. So he put a spare on my car and I drove with him back along the N2, went into Delft, and I said to him, guess what, I'm going to be here tomorrow. I'm going to be in Voorbrug. He said, really? What are you going to be doing there? I said, we're a new political party. We're bringing news to the people. We're bringing change. And eyes just lit up like this, you know. So we just got to spread the word. You know, South Africans have been downtrodden for 27 years. They don't even know what good news is anymore. You tell them good news and they automatically just think it's a lie or it's cannot be true or whatever. But we've got brilliant news today. And just last but not least, for those that have maybe tuned in late, the elections are going ahead on the 27th of October. The ANC's lists cannot be altered, and they've already lost at least 35 municipalities. So it's going to be an interesting election. But it's, yeah, God at work. God at work for sure. Okay, Judy. Have a blessed weekend. Denise, Ethel, all the faithfuls that are here. I see the numbers are starting to come down. We were at 180, we're 130 now. So people have got the message and now they're going to go make supper. I'm going to go spend time with my family. And then tomorrow morning I'm at Neil's Mayoral launch. Guys, the UIM, we love you. We care about you, South Africa. All South Africans, from the farmer to the shack dweller. And we want to unite hands as a true Rainbow Nation. The Rainbow Nation that was spoken about for 3 decades. We want to bring that Rainbow Nation to South Africa. The true Rainbow Nation. So guys, stay safe, be blessed. And unless something else comes up, I will see you all next Friday at 9 o'clock. Don't forget Neil on Wednesday. Secretary General Jacques on Tuesday. So we're here every week for our regular slots to connect with you, to update you. And thank you for all your support so far. Thank you for, it certainly doesn't go unappreciated. We can see that people are making the UIM their own. They are taking it and they're spreading the word all over the country, and it's exciting. It's exciting. Okay, guys, I'm going to push the finish button here now. I can talk the whole night. I'm so excited, but I'm going to have to say bye at some point. And yeah, we'll speak soon. Have a blessed weekend, all. Enjoy this news. And just think of what you can do for the UIM between now and next week. Be it sponsoring a poster, being it just spreading the word, getting a bumper sticker and putting it on your car. Let's get involved. Let's roll up our sleeves and we've got a date now. We know it's happening. It's happening. So let's all roll up our sleeves and let's make this happen. It's up to us now. We've been given a head start with the ANC not being able to get an extension. So come on, guys. We need to deliver that knockout punch. Together, we will. Be blessed.